We talked a lot about the mid matchup, Kunkka versus Lina. How is the matchup and how is the tempo going to be set?
So you have that free BKB for him. Also, Nature's Prophet should do very well in the lane against Kuroki. I'm wondering if Kuroki wants to steal some of the creeps. Dream.
I mean, he's just straight dead. Nigma diving down bottom, and he's come out all on his own there. No one else around to be able to help push them off. First blood for Nigma onto Dream. As they'll also be able to pull the FNG away here, maybe try and chase him also. Look at the spirit out, the slow's there. GH, Mind Control, and Kuro, they'll chase this one down. I don't know if FNG can get himself away. He's been slowed down by the Orb of Venom. Nigma, they're going to start off this game with a couple of kills down here. 2 kills for Nigma here. This trio just having no trouble at all killing them off. Up top, Miracle. We'll get the control of the outpost for now. Vampire's going to start pushing him away, harass him with the battery assault a little bit. Creeps will come through, so tanking up a bit of it. This mid lane, yeah, it seems like FN, he's just really struggling to get an angle to harass Weeha at all. Weeha's just consistently sitting at full HP. FN never really being able to find the Tidebringer hits, and now with this DD rune pickup, this mid lane's going to get even harder for FN, and Weeha's punches, they're going to hurt.
Wee's playing this really amazing. He's pushing out the lanes. Alright, the Dream is gone. Back to Wee on the mid lane. He outpushes the lane, controls the rune, even though the previous rune was Invis, which he killed. Didn't matter too much, but the DD, all clockwork.
Yeah, this is smart. They know that Weeha wants to play aggressive with the DD, so Vampire's moved over. They're going to get on top of him. Weeha does land the 2-man Light Strike array, but they've surrounded him. Weeha probably going to get a kill or two out of this. He'll get the one at the post the Fairy Fire. He's going to have the movement speed as well. FN, has he got anything else? Here's the TP backup. You talked about FNG coming across to try and help, but another stun. Weeha gets the 2 of them, salves up, turns with the Dragon Slave, gets the double
what a
kill.
Play.
Weeha will live. The Treants, they will chase him, but they won't be enough to kill him. GH is even going to come across and give a good bit of a punch to FN.
Be another courier snipe.
I mean, FNG's trying. He's looking for it. He's going to make the Treants, and that'll help him find it. He'll die, but he'll say that's worth. As he takes down a second courier within the minute. She is very confident playing around them. Movement from the mid. Weeha heads down towards bottom. He'll help them pick off poor old Vampire, who's really struggling to get much done at the moment as this support clock. Just a couple of deaths. As you know, 7-0. They still are struggling to find their first kill. They'll look to Miracle, and they will get him. Very, very big kill for Gambit. Exactly what they needed. They outplay him. The combination between the lasso and just the pure damage offered by the Kunkka, enough to finally take Miracle off the map. They've got to keep this up. This is the hero you have to be most worried about if you're Gambit.
Batrider did not have a point in Lasso, even though he was already level 7, and now he put 1. He understood that the Miracle is playing a bit too aggressive. Also, JJ showing that the FNG is just killing the couriers all over again.
And it adds up, you know, a decent bit of money for the whole squad every time he does it. And Gambit, after that kill on Miracle, they're staying on the aggressive up top. Shashlo just diving on towards the tier 2, chasing GH. One more hit will do it. He'll get the kill.
Just TP out.
TP out. He will not make it away. Nigma do get the kill in return. Heroes, they're not tanky heroes early on at all. Now back towards mid. Shashlo.
Lasso's up.
He sweeps across. Here's the lasso. Drags him back and away. FN's going to attempt to head over. Will get caught out by the Stomp the Sleep. He's not even needed though. It's Shashlo. He's just doing this alone. Now this is... and this is another courier. It is FNG. He's taken them all day. And in fact, Excess Vampire comes across to try and help him with the cogs. Miracle will be able to bite his way out and kill off FNG. But FNG will consider to... his job done once more. As I've sort of lost count of the couriers that he has killed.
Nice,
but he's killed a lot.
5.
As up top, they'll turn towards Dream. Dream, he has got Excess Vampire around, and 6 has been hit, so a hook shot's available if needed. Miracle will continue to try and chase. Do manage to land the Stomp, but a good cogs will push him back momentarily. Still, Miracle dives on forward. Does get shoved to the side by the Adaptive Strike. He'll turn his attention over towards the clock instead. Light Strike Array and the Laguna nukes down Vampire before he can drop a single spell. They know that there is a weakness they can punish. And top lane, they're going to try for it. Dragging him back into the stun. They'll attempt with the cog pushback to continue to disable him, but he's still able to get into the creep, infest, and keep his distance. Miracle will survive. Gambit unsuccessful with the attempt this time round. Bottom lane, hunting for FNG in the trees. Kuro and Mind Control, they'll find him. They'll bring him back with a duel. Can they kill him in time, though? They won't get the bonus damage, but they will surely get the kill. Yeah, the final nuke takes FNG down. No chance for an escape, as Nigma can remain keeping the pressure on this bottom lane. Maybe just sort of focused on finishing his item. He will now turn up to the fight here, and a great time to do so as the setup's there with the X mark, dragging Mind Control back. Kuro, he can only sort of watch from the side. I don't think there's much he can do to help him out as Mind Control gets pushed back by the cogs. does get the buff off and continues to run away. The ult from GH does pull them back, and in fact, that's enough separating Gambit from the Legion commander. Mind Control's actually able to sneak away from underneath the noses of 4 heroes.
Yeah, because of the build, Hood, Phase Boost, Magic Wand on top of Raindrop. Like, any magical damage they have is going to be mitigated by those items.
And the river, Vampire and FN smoked up a little bit of a bait from Shashlo here as he draws them over. There's the opening for the hookshot straight away into Weehaw. They'll look for the X-Mark combo. He uses himself up defensively, but he still gets caught out by the boat. Weehaw will fall. Now Miracle and Mind Control turn up. Instant Halberd onto the lifesteal. He'll pop the rage. They'll look for the jewel. Dream, he's shifting up. Is it enough to keep him alive? It is. Dream will still live. They'll lose the clock. They'll turn over towards Dream. He waveforms away. Nigma, have they got any further catch? The Spirit's out. Staying upon Dream, Shashlo trying to slow them down and push back with the adaptive. Will stun Miracle for the time being. The stomp won't get him as Dream's under the tower. This is Miracle though, he's aggressive, he wants to keep going. Shashlo will be able to punish it. Drags him back with the lasso, separates him from the Morphling. So Miracle won't get the kill. Shashlo able to protect Dream.
There's no follow-up. If Kunkka used his spells, they can't really go on the Lifestealer. They have enough lockdown with the Clockwork and the Batrider Lasso. He did a good job not using it in the previous fight. They got Lina without it.
I mean, across the board, it is very close. Sure, 12-4. Only a 2k lead in it, though. And pretty much all of that on the Lifestealer. So anytime there's a situation without that Lifestealer involved, Gambit is still going to be comfortable taking these fights. Mid lane FNG causing a bit of a disturbance and a distraction as Kuro and GH will head back for him. I don't know if there's any way he can escape this, just try and take as long as he can to die. Spirit's out, Stomps there, and FNG will fall.
The morph, that's going to be E-Blade for him. So this is kind of a...
Ooh. This gang, it catches Shashlo by surprise. Mind Control able to just get the walk up and duel around the tree line, and Miracle's inside him ready to fight as well. Just doing it a little too quickly for Gambit to do anything. They do have the hook shot, so we could look for a steal here if Excess Vampire wants to commit.
Nice
Got to look
block.
for the timing, but indeed the creep control from Kuro is blocking him off. The torrent's there, but Vampire cannot get in time. Great plays from both GH and Kuro to just block off any route of access for Vampire. The boat comes crashing down. He'll try for the TP out, but they've got more than enough stuns to hold him in place, set him up for the duel as Roshan, Aegis, and the bonus duel damage all goes to Nigma.
And it gives you potential to go for the objectives, Roche and the towers. Shot slow.
It is hit. FNG tries to block Miracle off, but he'll quickly bite through the trees. The torrent won't save FNG. FNG gone, and now Shashlo has to be a little careful. It's an incredibly slippery hero to catch with that blink. And working on that 4-staff next so he can have extra ways to sort of play around these side lanes and not worry about the catch that Nigma's going to try and use to get him. The big item's done for Dream. There it is, that's the reveal. Steps up to mid. Quick use of the E-Blade, and Kuro is dead. So Dream very much ready to join the rest of his causes. We've sort of seen Gambit fall back into this farming pattern, just getting these big items done. Now with the E-Blade on Morph, you can expect them to get a little more active.
Yeah. Shashlo doing such a good job, just cutting the waves, almost has max movement speed with this build. Extra wind lace, I love that on Batrider.
She's able to get back to business.
That's a lot of gold that you get from the couriers right now.
If you add them all up on top, they've found Mind Control. Excellent play.
Nice.
Dream gets the kill. They look to return, and Dream, he's going in aggressively. He's got a waveform forward, turn into Lifestealer, pop the rage, but he's taken a decent amount of right clicks, so he has to start shifting back into strength. Looks for Weehaw. Weehaw will be able to dodge that final nuke with the Yules. And Dream, he needs assistance. He has the waveform back again to get himself away. He will live. But very refreshing to see, Dream really starting to get stuck in, diving in like that to 4 heroes. He knows his limits as the Morph, and he's ready to utilize them. It's mid, a bit of a play around with Miracle, but with both Rage and Aegis, not a hero that Gambit can commit anymore to, not that they need to. Sure, once that's there,
whoa,
cause some problems.
Half HP.
This is it's a tanky hero. Yeah, you sort of see it here. They are laying down the ult. Miracle's going to come in. Can they actually kill off FN? FN pots the BKB, he's running. Miracle staying on top. They have to use the hook shot at SS Vampire. Will disrupt the play from Miracle, push him back in towards the torrent, but doesn't manage to get away. Laguna Blade from Weehaw takes the clock out of the map, but at least able to provide some sort of safety for FN to get away with.
They were kind of lacking smoke. Gambit should see this.
I mean, they're losing the base pretty quickly. That is a tier 3 gone. They're going to be onto the barracks. Dream does find the tier 2 top, but they're just conceding this bottom lane. They're not going to try and put a defense together. They feel that with the Aegis, they cannot touch Miracle the once, let alone the twice, so they just watch the barracks fall.
Very nice trade.
And Nigma,
Courier for tier 3 tower and the Raxes.
yeah, the math's not quite checking out for Gambit in terms of that transaction.
All the farm on the map, and
Look at this, man.
rest of the team is just itemizing differently. You see, V, he's like a core who's not going to scale with this kind of item, so they're relying on Miracle to solo carry this. If you
start to push on with the power that they built up. They're coming out mid though, Gambit. They see an opportunity to get in onto Miracle, but whoa! Dream's just gone! He stepped forward and he was a little too low, and WeHeart basically just one-shots the poor old Morph. And Dream, he's without buyback.
now it's time to go for Nigma. The Morph players, man, these days, they're so greedy, morphing everything without having a vision on that high ground, so Lina just snipes them.
Yeah, one of the reasons why you don't see Lina in a game much against a Morph, as it's normally taken away if a team wants to present the Morphling pick, as you just get caught out, you disappear in a snap with that huge burst from the Laguna Blades. You've got to be careful, you've got to keep an eye on that HP number and make sure that you never have it too low when you don't have full vision around where you're playing. As this mid lane now, off the back of those kills, Nigma can get in and look to take a second set of racks away from Gambit. They will have the carry back in 5, but the buildings just fall so fast. This Armlet Deso and the buff from the Legion, Miracle cleans up on the mid lane. There's 25 minutes in, 2 sets of full racks down against Gambit. The game, it's only getting harder for them.
Was that Laguna?
It was. And he's tanky, you know. FN, not quite like Dream, doesn't really care about a Laguna. They care about sort of the full combo from the two of them, though. GH stomp, setups the ult. He pops the BKB. I don't know if this will save him, as FN doesn't manage to get the boat or any sort of extra safety out in time. Kunkka will fall a bit. The smoke will start to end. They're trying to get in onto Nigma on the backlines. The Jewel's there. Can they put a stop to this? Hook shot over from Vampire. The cogs are out. But Miracle, he turns towards Shashlo, caught out by the light strike. They've lost the bat. The poor old Morph's in so much trouble as he waveforms away. He has to run as he gets Laguna down low. Mind control will fall. FNG able to TP back to safety. They're focusing Dream. They'll try to TP out, but the net, the stop, it's all there to hold back the Morph. Another attempt to waveform away. He'll turn into Legion to buff himself up, given some sort of heal. He'll use the E-Blade. He's trying to play away from these heroes, but they'll continue to chase him. The Dragon Slave clips him, and Mind Control slices him down.
When Morph shows in a team fight, GH just starts following him. He wants that aura on top of him to remove all of his base armor and magical resistance. Morph does not have a buyback. He just
does not.
Invested everything into that.
I think they just called it.
This is it.
They just called it. I mean, you got to understand, it certainly felt like it. This was a game where 2 racks were down. Gambit, they just weren't able to do anything. They tap out. They know it's their best interest to just focus on what they want to bring to game 2 rather than wasting any more time on this game 1. As Nigma, they get away with it once more. Miracle on his Lifestealer, gets that lane, that free opportunity to have the free farm.